don't even know what that was.
What's funny is I don't even remember what they looked like at the beginning of the day.
Yeah.
Like, they've changed shirts so many times. I believe Sideshow was wearing that pink this morning.
Yes, he was.
Gill had a tie on this morning. That's gone.
Yeah, I believe now the only way
I
for
think
them
they're
to
in original
go
shirts.
is just to, be naked.
No, nobody wants to see that.
I think that's it. That's it. Honestly, it's your only option. In any case, the Desk's having a good time. Yeah. We're having a good time here as well. This matchup should be pretty interesting.
Yes.
Kungarna currently at the top of the standings at first place. EnVy, though, I think we can all agree, are the number one team in North America, especially in Contenders, given their performances thus far. But I don't really want to sell out Kungarna. I do agree that we could see 3-1 potentially.
Even then, it's selling them out.
I know.
You've already marked it as a loss.
I don't want them to get
it.
washed out 4-0. I mean, then again, who knows, man? I mean, envision they're performing. FNR GFU just won. Anything's possible.
Look, I think the graphic that they showed between Michael and Effect, I think, really tells a lot. I think if Kungarna is going to be able to compete in this series, you need to see Michael play that Tracer at a top level. Not to even know how good his effect has been on the Tracer. You don't need to see him play that good, but just better than what he has been, right? And then maybe that opens things up for Baby Bay a little bit, and then you're able to make something happen. But teams obviously still some time to change up the comps here as right now.
I'm down, dude.
I mean, I'm down for this as well.
Let's get the Aussie Junkers out there and have them do some work in Control Center. Why not?
Well, Taimu was really effective on the Junkrat last week with just like you spam the choke with Junkrat or spam an area and it just kind of forces the other team into a certain part of the map. Okay, so this is what they'll go with. I know Mickey switches off Roadhog, he'll go to Zarya, but now you have Michael going with the Reaper, Baby Bay on the Mei, so you're going to try and slow these players down. Yeah, he said it. So maybe you section some of the players off. You're able to get your Reaper right into the tanks of EnVy. The only downside is Taimu just launching those nades in, doing a ton of damage. So he's already up to 70% on his ult. It's going to force Kungarna to back up.
And I think that ice wall there, it seemed like they wanted to get the Reinhardt and exploit that, but they just weren't able to do that. Ended up just ice walling in front of Reinhardt. EnVy will get this first point cap, and now let's see how they deal with this, because they're, going through this choke is going to be very hard with the Junkrat.
Yeah, and they switch off of the Mei. They're going to go to a McCree, so something a little bit more, the usual of what we see. Taimu's going to earn himself a Riptire. He's going to call it right away. As soon as they try and move through the choke, it'll be taken out there by Bishu, but you see just the Junkrat, just the nades through the doorway, just able to do so much damage, force them back. It'll be a high noon coming out for Effect. He's able to get 2. So I know they use the nano boost there, Kungarna onto Remix. They're not even able to get him through the door. He's extremely weak as well. So they try to finish him off. They actually do. So now they're going to have to wait for him to come out of the spot.
They literally could not get through the front door. Just one, only one player. The team couldn't. Remix was the only one that was able to get through and just got shredded, had to back out. His entire team died. Oh my goodness.
And Coco uses Earth Shatter there, so now you did use some ults for the side of EnVy. You're getting close to a sound barrier. To be a nano boost here onto Mickey to start the fight for EnVy. 2 kills in their favor. They forced the players of Kungarna all the way back up the left-hand side of the staircase. And more switches now coming in for Kungarna, as now you have Michael running the Reaper, and they've actually switched over to a triple tank comp. So you have Baby Bay now on Zarya, maybe able to get some more charge with those Junkrat nades coming through. And then you have the defense matrix to kind of aid the shield of Reinhardt to try and get yourself more protection.
Yeah, and then you also have the shotguns from Reaper to really try and force people back, right? It does a lot of damage, especially to those tanks. They don't have a diva to kind of suck that up as well. But now here comes the Graviton Surge. Whereas the follow-up, they get the kills. Chips is going to take out Remix, though, courtesy of the assistance there of Zarya from that Graviton Surge. They continue to maintain control. 88% has been gained. And now you're starting to see them make their way back in. But Taimu with the Riptire waiting for the prime opportunity to use this one. He is able to take out Boops. So they lose out on the healing, but it won't really matter because that will do it. EnVy
that was scary.
Kungarna.
That was scary. So there at the end, Kungarna, they nano boost Michael on the Reaper. They use a sound barrier, and then Mickey just traps all of them in the grav. EnVy uses a sound barrier of their own to just stay alive through that. It's too much damage for Kungarna to fight through. You see the things they can do on the Junkrat. Here's the Earth Shatter. So you saw the nano boost come in. You see a big Earth Shatter there from Coco. So I believe we were watching through Mickey's POV, but you see the Earth Shatter there from Coco when the nano boost comes in. That's why they're not able to push their way through the door.
That was just destruction.
All right, here
across
we go.
the board.
All right, not that crazy. Okay.
Yeah, no, they're not going to run with that one here. It will be mirror cops on each side. The dive, which you've seen happen before. You're going to have Taimu working alongside Chips with that Zenyatta just to try and Discord orb and then eliminate targets as quickly as they possibly can. EnVy, though, come in already with a very commanding stance to start this one off. EnVy sweeps them straight through. They're not waiting. Effect picks up that first kill, I believe, in that one, and just Kungarna got shut down at the door. I mean, this is just looking like this is insane.
Well, I mean, when Effect picks up that first kill, right? I mean, Michael's not able to go into the back line of EnVy. Chip's able to just sit back from a distance, nail players with discords, and then do some more damage. Here comes Kungarna into the next fight. They go in deep, and then they come back and they get Chips. Coco, sorry, he tried to go into the backline of Kungarna, gets caught out there.
Yeah, that could be a window of opportunity for them. Baby Bay, he is their star DPS on this team, and he is a great player. But is it going to be enough, though, to be able to make this flip happen as they're currently going into contest? 25% has been gained for EnVy thus far. Effect staying alive, and they will manage to force them out and make the flip happen. And that first pick there on Coco really led the charge for them to be able to make that one happen.
Yeah, Kungarna dove in deep, and then Coco was just sitting there by the bridge, and he's trying to get towards the backline of Kungarna. They're able to go back, take him out. And then things fall apart. Dogman drops at the beginning of this fight. That's big. He's 85% of the way to Transcendence. It's going to be Taimu using Attack Visor here. You're able to get Pooks out of the fight. Seems like Babybay also going to invest Attack Visor here for the side of Kungarna. It looks like Kungarna just kind of trickling onto the point here, so you really won't get much out of that Attack Visor.
Felt like that was a little desperate on that one. Probably could have coordinated that, saved it, took advantage of it. Considering that they are going to have support ults coming online, you could use the sound barrier to be able to give you the attack visor and then sweep right through, or maybe even push forward with the Transcendence, right? There's a variety of things you could do, so Baby Bay is going to have to get that one back in a little bit.
Well, Effect is doing so much damage. He gets behind Kungarna, and he's able to force out that Transcendence before Kungarna can even get back to the point, so Effect able to get that one support out for the side of Kungarna. Now all they have is a sound barrier, where EnVy, you have both your Transcendence, your sound barrier. Now you're going to have Pulse Bomb, self-destruct. EnVy in a very good spot here on point number 2.
And it's also, alarming to see just how ineffective each and every one of these pushes have been. I mean, they were able to get one, right? But then EnVy just came right back into this one. Effects right into the back line. Sound barrier is going to go down for Kungarna, so maybe this is the chance they were looking for, though. Remix with the Primal Rage will take out Taimu, so no more 76. Mickey, though, answers back in turn, taking out the Winston, so you won't be able to have that major disruptor to dive in there and be a pain in the neck to deal with. Coco dives right into that one with the jump pack, forcing them back. And they're just going to have to hold this one out at the bridge here. EnVy, they're so close, 93%. They just need to hold it for a little while longer. But for Kungarna, they have to dive in right now. Bishu's going to go in, but I don't think they're going to be able to make this one happen, though. Taimu's going to have that attack visor. Pushing forward, there is going to be a player on the point, but they're going to be able to take care of him with relative ease. As the overtime now so close to just ticking down, they eliminate Bishu, and that... Whoa, almost. And a desperation Transcendence comes in as well for Dogman, but that is just going to be cookies. That's easy for them, and that will do it. EnVy. Wow.
Yeah, so Kungarna, they dive in deep at the beginning there. Remix and Michael, they're able to get Chips to use the Transcendence. Chips comes all the way back through a Primal Rage. He makes it, he's able to stay on the map. Makes it all the way back. Uses the Transcendence, keeps his teammates alive, and then they're able to use the sound barrier. In that, they pick up 2 kills or whatnot, and then Babybay uses the attack visor again, but everybody from EnVy just kind of goes back onto the point. They get around the corner, and at that point, Babybay, there's not really a great option, right? You can't just run on to the point with that attack visor, try and take people out. Mickey's there with the defense matrix, nothing he could do. His supports are down. Just puts Kungarna in a difficult spot. EnVy looked very good there, map number 1.
Yeah, I mean, even when they lost control of the point, they just bounced, came right back for a second, disengaged for a moment, regrouped, and then just immediately went through with force, right? They knew that that attack visor was out, so they didn't really have to worry about that particular ultimate coming into play. Just EnVy, man, it's scary to see them play because of just how calculated they are in all of their pushes.
Yeah, I mean, it was really good to see what they did at the end there, too, right? I know some of the players from Kungarna make it across the bridge. They get to the point. Coco sits in that corner. He's doing damage on the Winston. The tack visor's coming in. So they can't kind of push past the Winston because you're going to die to the tack visor. So you're just kind of stuck standing there. You can't go all the way back around and try and get back towards the point. So that you just leave your teammates stranded there. And I mean, they have a effect on the point. Both supports for Envy and then Mickey as well. It's a very good play there at the end from EnVyUs.
Well, you saw it on the bottom of your screen there, folks. Right there. We're going to Eichenwald.
Which, we saw Taimu last week on the Junkrat do a lot of nice things.
This was Kungarna's pick, too.
Well, I mean, maybe, you see the Junkrat there in the first map. You obviously, expect to see it here when they ran it last week. Maybe it's something Kungarna in the past week, they kind of game planned against. Maybe they think they have something that they can make work against this Junkrat, though it did not work on Lijiang Tower, but they may not have expected it there.
Yeah, perhaps, but Kungarna, unfortunately for them, I mean, they just get wiped in game one. Envy, very quick as well. I felt like we just started that control game. A lot of the matches we've casted in control have gone, the distance in some instances, or the overtimes have just taken forever, but not in that one. Envy were very firm, giving them the firm hand in that victory there. Anyway, here we go. Eichenwald is going to be your second map here. Hybrid as we get ready. Let's see what Envy are going to bring to the table now. And, on the other side, what Kungarna are going to do in response. Yeah,
so Envy will be on defense to kick things off. Looking at it here, you'll have, Reinhardt. Mickey jumps off the map. He'll make a change. He'll go over to Diva. And then you have Taimu on the Junkrat, an effect on McCree. So we get the scoreboard change at the top. Now, Kungarna, okay, so they tried this at the end of the first point on Lijiang. They tried to have, the triple tank with Reaper. And maybe the idea here is to, you obviously gain some charge, with Baby Bay, able to use the barriers. You have defense matrix. You have the Reinhardt shield. Yeah, I mean, I think they knew he was going to do this.
Yeah,
right?
they did. But I also think it's just funny because it's a very, Taimu thing to do.
He's got the trap right at the front door. I would be really disheartened if somebody ran out of the spawn here for Kungarna right on top of the
Surely they saw it. And he threw it right in their faces.
You never know. There it is. All right. Yep.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so there we go. Door's going to be open. Kungarna is going to be on the attack. Envy playing a little further ahead as well. They were anticipating, perhaps they were anticipating the triple tank here, and the scramble is now going to begin. Michael will get the biotic as he tries to keep himself alive here, but Baby Bay gets blown up.
All right, so you see the pressure come in there for Envy. Baby Bay was actually stuck in a trap, and then what Envy decided to do is use the bionic grenade. You knew exactly where he was placed. The anti-healing comes in, and then they just push on through. It's Envy getting really aggressive around this Junkrat play from Taimu. So we'll see what Kungarna decides to do. You have a lot of shields, a lot of barriers for the side of Kungarna. The defense matrix as well, eating up a lot of damage. It's just whether they can get their Reaper in a position, but then you see it's going to be Taimu blowing up. Remix with a mine, a Rip Tire coming in.
Oh my goodness, he gets a double there. Pooks and Baby Bay, and they're just getting stopped at the front door. You can enter the map, but you can't win it. That's what Envy wants.
This is shades of South Korea, Australia from the World Cup last year. If you remember, but
yeah, I do.
So
that wasn't pretty.
Well, we'll get a change of from Taimu. He'll go over to Farah here. We'll take a look at the Rip Tire. Brings it back towards the spawn. Knows the players are falling back. So it'll be Taimu switches over to the Farah because now on the side of Kungarna, you don't have anything to deal with it because you're running this Reaper triple tank comp.
Yeah, that's very true. He's going to get a lot of free farm in the sky, and then you have Effect, who is just so accurate. I mean, look at just the shots that he's getting off there, forcing everyone back. Coco's going to be in a bit of a pickle there. Effect throws that flash, but the shield is going to be there to stop it as they continue to play around underneath the bridge. There goes the Graviton Surge, but it'll be on both sides, though. No one able to respond or get any follow-up, so no kills coming out of that just yet. But Taimu's going to be in the back line. Sound barrier is going to drop for Envy here as they're going to do their absolute best to force them out and get the control back again. And Taimu, unanswered in the back line, continues to just rain down destruction onto Baby Bay and company. And with a minute 53, I mean, this is just not looking pretty. Effect gets a Deadeye kill as well, and they're just all over them.
And during that fight, so You know, when Taimu comes back in as Pharah, you actually saw Michael was nano boosted on the Reaper. He's not able to do anything. You know, Coco lands an Earth Shatter when they're over by the bridge. But then you saw another nano boost come in for the side of Kungarna, and it actually clips on a Puck. So they nano boost their Lucio there. So now, with only a minute 25, Baby has switched over to the Pharah, so it gives them a little bit of something to deal with this Pharah in the sky.
Yeah, switch over to 76, but I just don't know if it's going to play much of a role here, especially when you take out your supports. I mean, Taimu's been all over them. No one can contest him. Baby Bay was not in a position in time to be able to do anything there, and they are going to have less than a minute in this next push.
You do have an Earth Shatter for the side of Kungarna, and you do have a Death Blossom, though. EnVy, you know, they've used a lot of ultimates here. You'll have a Deadeye for effect. You will not have any support ults, and maybe Dogman will get a nano boost here. So you do have some ults to work with if you're Kungarna.
It's going to be a big push for them. Less than a minute remaining on the clock. Deadeye comes out, forces them out. He's just going to march right in, and he gets Dogman there. Dear, that is just not what you want. Michael, though, he used those Death Blossoms in the other matchup before against FNRGFE, was able to get some big kills. Mickey, though, shreds right through them with that full charge. Now, though, they're in a position where they can potentially make this cap happen. They are certainly going to get that first tick, and I think this is looking really good for Kungarna here on the attack. But wait a minute, Effect, he goes right back into it now. And that's the other thing, right? When you have a player like Effect who can just challenge you and you know that he'll stay alive, that's when things get scary, X.
Yeah, it's going to be an Earth Shatter, though, coming in from Remix. He gets a nano boost as well. You see him, he pins Mickey there, gets him desuited. An Earth Shatter comes out from Coco as well. Taimu putting down some rockets in the sky. See Effect, though, doing a ton of damage. There'll be a sound barrier coming out here for EnVy. They're throwing this one in their favor. Taimu getting very close to a rocket barrage as well.
That's going to do it, folks. I mean, at this point, this is just not looking good for Kungarna. Barrage comes out for Taimu. Overtime is down, and Kungarna just couldn't make. They got 80% on the first cap. That's the best that they could do, but they couldn't make that first point happen. EnVy with a spectacular hold. Now we get ready for them on the attack.
And I like that change by Taimu, right? I mean, he shows the Junkrat at the beginning, and you know, Kungarna had the triple tank comp, I know, with Diva, Zarya, Reinhardt, and then they played with a Reaper around it, right? They're trying to just, you know, keep those shields, keep Reaper up, and just kind of push his way through. Then you see Taimu, you know, make the adjustment. He goes over to the Pharah, and Kungarna is like, okay, well, we expect him to still run Junkrat. It's worked, you know, for EnVy the first 3 or 4 times. And then the Pharah kind of threw things off, where Kungarna now had to switch Baby Bay over to 76, and they were not able to.
They just never had a groove, man.
Make an impact. Yeah, I mean, well, look, I mean, the Junkrat just causes so much chaos over by that choke, and they got so aggressive. And you know, I really like that play at the beginning. If you know, you have a chance to go back and watch it later, when they have, I believe it was Baby Bay stuck in the Junkrat trap, they throw the bionic grenade, and then they get aggressive. Really like that strat that came out of EnVy there at the beginning.
That was just difficult to watch for Kungarna fans. And you know, I myself am a Kungarna fan. I've enjoyed casting their games and, you know, watching them perform here. But EnVy, I mean, the boys in blue, they continue to impress. The best in the West. They get ready for their attack. Taimu maybe showing us a look there with Junkrat. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked. At this point, the guy can do whatever the hell he wants, and it seems like he's just going to be successful in this matchup because his team does such a good job of supporting his insanity, right? And that's what always made EnVy such a great team.
Well, I think it just shows, you know, a different side of EnVy, just how versatile this team can be, you know, just the multiple looks they can throw at you. It's a really scary squad to go up against. And we'll see. It looks like also Taimu. Okay, he switches over at the last second to
that's what he would do.
Yeah, I think this is one where EnVy, they want to put this away pretty quickly.
Yeah, because I think you think about that Hanamura game against FaZe, right? And Taimu used a Junkrat. Those were one of those instances where it's like, it was ridiculous, it was good, it worked out once, but like I just don't know if it was going to work out again. Now, though, he's using his McCree, a hero that he is just known for using and so talented with as well. So far, so good for Kungarna. They're holding him off, but the question is, how long can they maintain this one here? Because, you know, 3 minutes and 26 seconds to work with. All it takes is one pick and Effect. It's going to do the job in the back line, but they do end up losing out on Coco, though. Will that deter EnVy from their push? It doesn't seem to be the case.
Yeah, I think, you know, Mickey is pretty charged up right now on the Zarya. See Taimu landing some shots. He's going to get a nano boost as well. 3 kills with the Deadeye as EnVy is just rolling right now. nothing that Kungarna can do to stop it.
That is just...
That is filthy.
That, I have to take a shower. Oh my goodness. And that's going to do it, folks. Envy gets the first point, and just like that, 2 games down, Envy up 2-0. The great plan on Eichenwald, unfortunately, crumpled before their very hands. Kungarna couldn't make it happen on defense. The boys in blue up 2-0.
Yeah, now Dogman actually, when Effect is behind enemy lines, Dogman actually connects on a sleep dart to Harry Hook, and you saw Kungarna come a little bit closer towards underneath the bridge, and I think you see Taimu, it's a little bit earlier than this clip here, but he lands a headshot on Abishu, which gets him really weak and backs him back up, and then that's what, a lot of the pressure, it allows Effect to stay behind enemy lines, they're able to just keep applying the pressure, Taimu will just keep knocking down the shots at range, allows Envy to just muscle their way on in.
Now, that was a slobber knocker. Just saying.
Yeah. That's
a good old JR reference for you there. But, man, I just don't know what Kungarna does going into Assault.
I'm interested to see what they do on Assault. The Desk talked a little bit about it, but Envy, they lose to FaZe on Hanamura. I think if you are Kungarna, you have to go with Hanamura here.
Yeah, well, you know what? There has been insanity on the Desk, insanity in the game. I hope that the Desk can bring it back and wear their clothing the appropriate way. Let's send it over to the guys to break it all down.